This tutorial will demonstrate how to set up a new GL company and establish its chart of accounts. We'll be using the new comp entity that we created in the AWS first launch tutorial. We'll go to the General Ledger Options Setup. In the General Ledger, the calendars and the categories are shared by all companies. The Chart of Accounts options and the company's options are specific to an individual company. Calendar codes define the General Ledger accounting periods. Calendar year calendar codes are predefined for you in the system. You can define any fiscal calendars as needed. You can then map any fiscal calendar to a calendar year calendar using the calendar to calendar mappings displayed below. When setting up a new company, we need to assign a home calendar to the company to tell it which periods that they enter the journals into. Any other calendars assigned to the company will be auto-posted. Category codes allow you to sum the balances for each account that is tagged with that category code. So for the example below, the cash category code could be stamped on multiple cash accounts in your chart of accounts, and then that cash category code could be used for financial statement line item for the cash balance. Category codes can be used when defining financial statement report line items and also used for graph series. Here we can specify the company details. We add one company code for each company we want to add to a database. You can add as many companies to a database as you like. Companies can be consolidated for reporting, and you can restrict users to individual companies. The calendar that we enter here is the home calendar for the company. Additional calendars can be assigned to the company through the Sub-Calendars tab. The GL period and year is the current ledger period. The retained earnings account must be entered for an active company. We will need to return to this display and update the retained earnings account once we've established a chart of accounts for this company. We save the company and note the invalid retained earnings account warning. And we see that our company has been successfully saved with an inactive status. This just means that at this time we cannot post to this company. Next, we will create the chart of accounts for this new company. Accounts can be entered manually, or they can be imported from a spreadsheet extract. The import panel is used to select an import file to upload to our new company. The translation panel permits foreign chart of account mappings to this chart, but we won't be using that display today. To quick start our chart of accounts, we will retrieve the BraceNet standard chart of accounts spreadsheet and import it into our new company. This is located on the BraceNet site and is called coastandard.ods. We will retrieve this spreadsheet and we'll open it up so that we can create an extract to import into our chart of accounts. The COA standard spreadsheet shows you the values required in a spreadsheet for the account type. If you are going to create your own spreadsheet, those are the values that you would use to specify the type of account that you are adding. You can either use this spreadsheet or create one of your own, or use something from an extract from another system such as QuickBooks or Xero, or whatever other system you wanted to convert from. We will copy the data itself and export it to a CSV format. We exclude the header records and save it in a standard CSV format. Now with our CSV file saved, we are ready to import this into our new company's chart of accounts. In the import layout, we first need to select a layout that matches our spreadsheet. We search for an import layout and notice that we have two layouts defined, one for all fields in the chart of accounts file and one with just the minimum required fields. Neither one of these will match our spreadsheet, so we will create our own code to match the spreadsheet for the import. We enter the code values display and select the import chart of accounts code type. The code type is import COA. We select that code type and we see there are two code types defined, one for all of the account fields and one for the minimum required. So we will set up our own code name and call it COA STD for chart of accounts standard. We'll give our code a description and set the code to active. We will save our code name, and once we have added our code successfully, we are now able to further define our import mapping code to match the spreadsheet fields that we have on our CSV file. We enter the import map setup screen, and we will again select our import COA code type. And here we see the different codes defined now include our COA standard, so we will select that code. And now we see all the fields that are available in the chart of accounts. Now we will select the fields in the chart of accounts that match our spreadsheet in the order that they appear in the spreadsheet. As you might recall, our company was our first field in the spreadsheet, so we will add the ledger as the first field in our mapping. That was followed by the account number. After that, we have the account description. So we select the account description and add that to our mapping. The next field that we saw was the account type. So we will search the list for the account type field, and then we find it. We will include that in our list. And finally, we will need to add the two reporting categories that we also had included in our spreadsheet data. With all our fields included that are in our CSV file, we activate our record, and we are now ready to use this import definition for our spreadsheet upload. We enter the Import tab and select the import layout. We see our COA standard and select that import layout since it matches our new spreadsheet. Now we choose our spreadsheet file and we grab our CSV extract, and here we notice our COA standard CSV file has been selected and we are ready to process. We press the process key and this will be submitted to our import processor. Once the import process has completed, we receive a message in the notices section below. With the receipt of the notice message, we will check the status. We will view the notice, and we see that this chart of accounts file has been successfully uploaded. No errors were found, and our import file is loaded successfully. Now that we have a chart of accounts established for our company, we can return to our company controls and complete the setup of the Company 100. We select the code. We can retrieve our spreadsheet data to find our retained earnings account. We'll copy the account number. And paste it into our company record. We can activate the company now and save it, and we've noticed now that our sub-calendar has been added to our company, and the company has been successfully added with an active status. If we add new companies, we can set up the intercompany relationships here as well. Next, we can verify our chart of accounts. If we select our company code, we see our GL account selection is populated with our chart of accounts. We can select accounts from the account selector by account or by description. With a small chart like this, that's not as important, as I've seen some companies with 20,000 accounts where this is a very helpful feature. We will select our retained earnings account and validate the data. In this tutorial, you have seen how to add your new company record, retrieve and export the COA standard spreadsheet, create a new import code and map it to your spreadsheet data, and import your new chart of accounts. Please send any questions you may have to support@bracenet.com or leave a comment in the video comments. Thanks for watching.